in another interview the other day was, just because you sign with an agent doesn't mean your job is done. You still have to market yourself to casting directors, to production companies. You even have to market yourself to your agent. No, really, because your agent might represent 300 people. And they can't possibly remember every single person every single time an opportunity comes up. You need to be on the top of their list, the tip of their tongue, right there, fresh on their mind when opportunities come up. Don't be a pest. You still need to be good.
Still need to be good.
When you get jobs that the agent didn't send you on, let your agent know so they know you're
out
jobs.
working and being a baby.
Whether it's independent film, whether it's a theater, whether it pays or not, let them know you've got something.
Okay. Well, that's our advice section.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And can you give us our contact information again?
Southwestcasting.com.
Southwestcasting.com.
Look up southwestcasting.com on Facebook as well.
That's right. And get on the list. It's 11,000 strong, right?
11,000 strong. That doesn't mean 11,000 people submit for every job.
Right.
I mean,
and as you learn, as I've learned, the jobs come in and they are very specific. Most of them. About who they need.
Yes. When you read the description for each job, teens, kids, adults, be realistic. It's okay to submit if you're close.
Because they do age ranges, 25 to 35.
And your age range, your age in a show for an audition is whatever you look like. You may be 50 and look 40. You know what your age? It's what you look like. It's not what you are. And here's something that isn't talked about much. Ethnicity is what you look like.
What you look like.
There's a lot of ethnicities that could play Hispanic.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
Middle Eastern, some Middle Easterners look like Hispanic.
Yeah.
If you look like it, submit.
Submit.
Don't restrict yourself.
That's a good tip.
I'm Middle Eastern, I can't submit for Hispanic. You know what? You might pass for it.
Right.
There's a Caucasian woman who just got cast as Hispanic.
That's sweet.
Or Italian. I think she's Italian. Got cast for Hispanic.
Oh.
Be realistic. Don't be glued to the words that are on the page.
Right. And you know that's different. Because when you get, for a job interview, well, I'm not going to say it's different, but I guess when you do it, just say a regular job interview, like a 9 to 5, they'll say, I want this candidate, and they'll put the ideal candidate. And really that person, this is my experience, that person doesn't exist, but they want the closest fit to that.
Yeah.
So I guess that's pretty consistent with the
we want the person, we want the best person for the job.
Right.
What? It's interesting in our business. We can talk about ethnicities. We can talk about ages, which are real.
And if you're pregnant or not.
It's kind of it's weird being able to talk about that.
Right.
This has to be African American.
Right. Exactly. I know, because it was funny because there was an Ethiopian kid that was needed on one of the casting calls you sent out. It was like, and I think the next day it was like, well, it doesn't have to be Ethiopian. Just look Ethiopian. Yeah. I was rolling.
That was at the time the movie was called Safety Point. We were looking for 4 kids that look Nigerian.
Right, Nigerian. There you go.
It's going to be very hard to find 4 Nigerian actors in the community. So it's like you don't have to be Nigerian.
Just be with a pad.
Look Nigerian and be skinny.
Right. It was skinny. Yeah, it was funny.
A lot of people we deal with don't know.
Right.
If we say we need Nigerian, they think, I'm not Nigerian.
Right.
It's what you look like.
Right. Can you pass?
Yeah. Right? My name's Italian. I don't look Italian.
I know.
So I can't go out for an Italian mobster.
And you have a nickname, right?
No.
No?
Brazil. That's my first name. That's my real first name.
That's your real first name?
Yeah. Joseph is my middle name.
I thought Brazil was just your nickname because my buddy, he loves Brazil. I said you really like Brazil so much, you just your nickname. But
well, that's Brazil. My driver's license. That's my
first name. Sweet. That works. Well, we certainly want to thank you for sitting in. Was there anything else you wanted to share with us?
We've covered a lot.
Yeah.
If your listeners have a question, email me. I'll do my best to get back to you. The best thing to do is to join the Facebook Southwest Casting page.
Yes.
Post your question. Eventually it will get answered.
Right.
That's the best. That's the easiest.
Right.
Most efficient way.
And your project again. Tell us about your current project.
Dead of Night.
Dead of Night.
Night spelled with a K.
Yes.
It's going to be finished soon. Go to deadofnight.com. Look at the trailer. Fan us on Facebook. It's
right.
Get behind all these independent films that are being made in Houston. We need to really put Houston on the map.
Yes.
And now we have so many talented people in town that are doing good work. Now's the time.
Yes. So that kind of segues into L.A., New York, Houston. You know, everybody knows Tinseltown. Everybody knows Broadway. So are we doing better in Houston now? Because even I was tempted to. I worked at the bank, and I worked at J.P. Morgan Chase. They had a job in California. Had I got that job, which I was qualified for, believe me, I was qualified for it, but they didn't even give me a look, a wink, or anything. Had I gotten that job, I would have moved to LA to work that job and to do acting there. So I'm still doing acting here because I want to do it. But are we realistic to say, hey, you can actually make it in acting in Houston?
It's so hard in Houston. There are maybe a half a dozen, 10 people in town that are really making a living as actors. But a couple of them, they started as kids and now they're in their 50s. Oh. They grew up in the industry. So they went to LA, they got work out there, they know people. Yeah. They'll get auditions, they can audition here and get a job in LA, New Mexico. They're set. Yeah. The world doesn't know these names or faces, but they're in a lot of stuff. Yeah. It's very hard here because you really have to play with the big boys.
So what would it take? I mean, are you familiar with the Wayne brothers, right? Yeah. Do you know they built a studio apparently? And I don't know the details.
It sounds familiar, but
I'm not. Yeah, and I haven't heard a recent story on it, but apparently a lot of black actors got together and supposedly built a studio so they can shoot movies. And ever since then, they put out their own movies, basically.
Well, that's becoming actually more and more attainable because technology lets you make a film
high quality
film pretty cheaply. Right. So if you pull your resources and be proactive, yes, that is. I mean, Wayans. I'm going to get you suckers. Exactly. They were put on my map, and I fell in love with that movie.
And White Chicks. And
if you can find that talented group of people and pool your resources and pull that off, of course, at their level, it does take millions of dollars. Right. But then they've got a track record. Right, exactly. You and I may not be able to pull that off at that level, but you can still get a $900 camera, a $300 digital
which
sound
you talked about earlier.
A $300 or $500 lighting setup, and make really good stuff. Right. You still need the talent.
You need a few students from U of A, students from.
So you can get professionals to come. I mean,
to volunteer the time and
you sometimes if they have faith in you that you're not going to waste their time, you might get professionals to volunteer, work for deferred pay. Getting students is not a bad idea because there are some brilliant kids. I say kids, I'm talking college students, even high school kids with just the digital effects people are doing now. Right.
And because you don't want to have to sit there. I don't want to have to sit there and try to learn all that. I want to get somebody that knows how to do it, is passionate about doing it, enjoys doing it.
There's only a couple of people I know that can literally do everything. Yeah. Most of us have to delegate.
Right.
The time it's going to take me to learn how to do digital effects, I will be neglecting other things that I already do well.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I agree. So I would love to be a part of Houston studio that shoots movies. I would love to be in that group. I would love to say, hey, and in 2010, we all got together, the 20 of us, and we pulled our resources together and we shot this one movie. Then we shot another movie out 6 months later, and I would love to be on that. Because for me, I enjoy creating. I mean, obviously, I'm not the starving artist type. So I respect the starving artist type. But because I'm not the starving artist type, I have